Right now, you're living a moment you'll never experience again. You probably don't feel anything special. You're just sitting there, looking at a screen. Maybe someone you love is somewhere nearby. Maybe you're annoyed about something that won't matter in 5 years. And one day, you'll desperately want to come back to this exact moment. But you won't even remember it happened. That's not a metaphor. That's how your brain works. Your brain is not recording your life. It's a myth that memory works like a camera, quietly filming everything so you can rewind later. It doesn't. Most of what happens today will never be stored anywhere. Not because it wasn't important. Because your brain didn't decide it was important yet. Psychologist Martin Conway spent decades studying autobiographical memory, the system behind the story you tell about your own life. Conway found something unsettling. Your brain doesn't store moments. It stores meaning. If a moment doesn't mean anything yet, your brain quietly throws it away. Ordinary Tuesdays get deleted. So what does get remembered? Endings. Researchers call this the reminiscence bump, and work building on psychologist David Rubin's findings shows people disproportionately remember firsts and lasts. First kiss. Last day of school. Last time you saw a grandparent alive. Your brain flags a moment as worth keeping almost always after it's already over. Which means the moment you're in right now is being evaluated by a brain that has no idea whether to keep it. Most of the time, it decides no. You are not living your life and filing it away at the same time. You're living it once, unconsciously, and only sometimes, years later, does your brain reach back and decide a moment mattered. By then it's too late to notice it happening. You didn't choose which parts of your childhood you remember. Your brain chose for you, after the fact, using rules you never agreed to. Why does an ordinary moment become unbearably precious the second it's gone? This is where nostalgia comes in, and nostalgia is not what you think it is. For centuries, doctors treated it as a disorder, a word coined by a Swiss physician in the 1600s to describe a homesickness so severe soldiers were reportedly dying from it. Then psychologist Konstantin Sedekides and colleagues found the opposite. Nostalgia isn't simply sadness about the past. Their research links it to social connectedness, a stronger sense of meaning, self-continuity, the feeling that who you were and who you are now are still one person, and more optimism about the future. Nostalgia isn't your brain torturing you with what you lost. It's trying to remind you who you are. But it can only work with material you actually kept. The more ordinary moments that slip past unnoticed, the less your future self has to work with when it comes looking for you. You are right now, either filling or emptying the well your future self will drink from. There's a reason time feels like it speeds up as you age, and it's not just a saying. Each year becomes a smaller fraction of your life, and familiar days blur together while novel ones stretch. A child's summer feels endless because everything is new. Your Tuesday feels like nothing because you've had thousands that all look the same. But the Tuesdays weren't actually the same. Each one was the only version of that day you were ever going to get. Your brain just grouped them together because grouping is efficient, and efficient is the opposite of memorable. You are spending your most limited resource, time you will never get back, on autopilot, because autopilot feels safe. It isn't. It's just invisible. Your childhood didn't disappear in one day. It disappeared one ordinary Tuesday at a time. The last time you played outside as a kid, you didn't know it was the last time. You just stopped one day and never went back, and nobody told you that was it. The last time your parents carried you, someone put you down, and that was the final time it ever happened, and not one person in the room marked the occasion. The last time you saw an old friend before life pulled you apart, you probably said, "See you later," meaning it, having no idea later was never coming. You didn't know they were the last times. That's the terrifying part. You never know which moment you're living for the last time. There is no siren, no slow motion replay telling you to pay attention. The universe doesn't announce its endings. It just lets them happen, and lets you find out years later, usually while doing something unrelated, when a smell or a song or a stranger's laugh hands the memory back to you, whole, and you realize how long it's been gone. Somewhere in your life right now, today, this week, there is an ordinary moment happening that you will one day give almost anything to have back. You don't know which one it is. Neither does your brain. Not yet. So look up. Right now, you're living a moment you'll never experience again. This time you know it.